What is up, YouTube? My name is Cutter Colson, and today I wanted to talk about something that I've been kind of keeping in the books for some time now. And it's something relating, with women and black people in video games. I'm not going to say this is an odd topic, as it's obviously not, but the main reason I want to talk about it is because I've been looking through, specifically the GTA 6 trailer, for some time, and I've just been seeing comments of people saying like, "Oh, this game's gonna be woke because it has a woman in it and whatnot, and the woman's not badass or something like that." Like just stupid comments like that. Now, for anyone that's confused on what I mean by woke, the term woke used to basically be from like, say, you go to sleep or something, and then you wake up or something, and someone asks you like, "Oh, what time did you wake up?" "I woke up at 5 or something." That's just an example. But now the term woke seems to be coined as a freaking term where a game is going to be bad. But instead of saying it's bad, they just use the corny term woke for some odd reason, and I just think the term is completely stupid. And yeah, honestly, I don't really know why all of a sudden in 2024 there's for some reason a major problem with like women and black people in video games. And I don't even know why it's been a major issue to begin with. It was never an issue with games before. Let me name some games for you so you actually understand why I'm getting at with this. Mafia 3, while you didn't play as a woman in the Mafia games, specifically Mafia 3, you played as a black character during a time, where racism against black people was a major issue. And obviously, while the character you play as isn't a woman, he is a black character, so it makes sense for it to be a part of the conversation. In the Tomb Raider games, your character isn't black. The Tomb Raider character that you play as, while she isn't black, she's still a woman. She's a woman, and yeah, you literally play as a woman. And in both like of those games, there was never any problems with you playing as a woman. In Call of Duty, when you play the multiplayer, there's literally operatives in the game that are literally women, and also again black people. You can literally pick and choose your operative and play as either a woman or a black person or literally any one of the nature. And again, no one had any issue with it. In the Saints Row games, specifically Saints Row 2 through 5, 5, I'm referring to the reboot, by the way, but I'm not calling it a reboot because it's not a reboot. So if I say 5, just know that I mean the reboot. But anyway, Saints Row 2 through 5, you could customize your character to be a woman and black if you wanted to. Now I'm saying if you wanted to, because obviously that's optional. But the point that I'm trying to prove is that in those games, you could play as these characters, and there was never an issue with the characters with playing as those people. There was never an issue with it. Now all of a sudden, oh, and even another game to mention, Red Faction Guerrilla. In the main story, you didn't play as neither black, neither woman character. You didn't play as either. But there was a bonus mission in the game when you bought Red Faction Guerrilla that had you playing as a girl named Samanya, who before she joined the Red Faction, she was a part of the Marauders. And guess what? She is a woman, hence me saying she. But the point I'm trying to get at though with this is that literally all of these games you can play as a woman. And also another game, and I keep mentioning names left and right for games, GTA 1 and 2, you could also play as a woman and play as a black character, black woman or black male, whatever. You could play as basically any character through like a different selection. That's really all I know about the GTA 2D games, as I haven't really played them, but that's what I've seen. Same with like Tomb Raider, but I've seen like the gameplay and whatnot and seen the characters, so I do have a general visual idea. Not to get off track here, but basically, my point that I'm trying to prove is that back then, when those games came out, it wasn't considered woke or it wasn't considered bad because, oh, your woman could be a character, oh, you could be black. A few examples of even like real life members of real life women that killed. One person in particular is named Lizzie Borden. Now, you guys might have heard of her, but Lizzie Borden, she murdered a couple of her family members. And she got away with it. So, yeah, she got away with the crime and never got caught. But the point I'm trying to prove with her is that she was a woman and women can do crime. People will probably tell you, the dumb sexist people, the dumb sexist men will probably tell you, like, oh, women can't kill or some crap like that, but women are capable just like men. It might not be often that you hear about women killing people on the news, but it is common. Another person, while this woman isn't a killer necessarily, she still did commit a crime. Her name is Brittany Griner, and she is a professional basketball player who got sent to jail for 9 years due to drug possession, but she got out early in terms of another prisoner going in and taking her spot, so she got out early. And but my point with her too is that literally any woman can commit any crime, whether it's a killing or whether they don't even kill people, but they just commit some sort of crime that gets them in jail. Another person is named Susan Smith. That name I don't believe is really a big name. I more recently found out about her, but Susan Smith, she, back in like the 90s, she killed her two children and dumped her car into a lake, drowning her children. She made up a lie for 9 days that a black man had something to do with her killing a couple of the children, but the thing is though was that was a lie, and she kept the lie going for a week, about a week before she finally admitted to it, and then she got sent to prison for life. The point that I'm trying to prove with this is that anybody can commit a crime. And I don't understand how like it's considered woke to have a female character or a black character in video games that you can play as, whether it's open world or non-open world. I don't really see how that's considered woke when there are literally women in real life that commit murders. While it may not be common, like I stated, it does happen. And I just find it so stupid that people don't really understand that stuff, and they're using the term woke, which is such a stupid term. I don't even know how the term came like that to even really begin with. And yeah, I don't know. It's honestly just really stupid. I don't even know what to really say right now at this point. I think I've basically said enough of what I said. But actually, yeah, there was another thing I was gonna say too. I was literally arguing with some guy, which I will show a picture of his comment of what I said. And basically, he was arguing with me about saying something like, oh, how the GTA games have always been woke and whatnot. And I was telling him, I'm like, but how are the GTA games woke? And he was basically trying to say stuff like, oh, GTA 1 and 2 are considered woke because of something with El Burro referencing a lot or something, and something with not even GTA related, but just women and black characters in games and whatnot. Now, I wasn't really curious about the whole El Burro thing, as I didn't really get what he meant by that. Maybe someone in my comment section will tell me of what he was meaning by that. But the whole thing that really intrigued me, that really stuck out to me, that really grasped my attention was the part when he was mentioning black and woman protagonists. And basically, after he said that, I made a whole large paragraph basically just saying stuff about how, and saying something like, how are the GTA games woke because of the fact that in 1, 2, and now 6, you can play as a black character, I mean, a woman character, and also black character in GTA 1 and 2. Even in GTA 5, you could also play as a black character. Literally, Franklin is a black character, and no one considered him woke because he was black. So, like, why is it all of a sudden we're applying this to specifically women and now black people, despite it not even being woke back then? Like, why are we applying this all of a sudden now? Doesn't really make sense. But I wrote this like long paragraph just telling him like, how is it any sort of woke? In old games, like I was stating, yeah, you could play as like freaking female characters and no one had a problem. And that's what I was explaining to him. And he never even bothered to reply to my comments, so I guess that's a win-win for me. So yeah, anyway, that's about it for the video. I guess I'm gonna head out here, but I figured this would just be something I'd talk about because I don't know, this is just something that's really a little bit annoying. I wouldn't even say infuriating, but just annoying. And I'm probably gonna have some comments saying like, "Oh, why are you defending women and black people? You're a man." Well, First Amendment rights. If I want to speak on something, I gladly will. Remember, free speech, people. So if I want to speak on it, I gladly will. Even if it's not my gender, I'll gladly speak on it. I do not care. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out here. Thanks for watching this video. And yeah, have a good rest of your day.